elephant at? How do it be on the charger all the time? That's still don't be in charge. Want to make sure that you're waiting for you. But when you get there, you just tell me you're not hungry. Oh, you said you'd rather read paper and you don't want to talk. You like to say that I'm just crazy. When I say that you change, I'm convinced I know the problem. You don't love me the same. You're just going through the motions, and you're not being fair. I got my pride, I will not cry. Still, I can't help but care. Oh, no, I'm not the kind of girl that you could let down and think that everything's okay. Boy, I am only human. This girl needs more than occasional hugs. I just fucking of love coming here to me. To you, baby. I'm talking to the corners of your mind. I'll always be there for you through good and bad times, but I can't be that superwoman that you want me to be. How can my love, lasting love, you return love to me? I'm not your superwoman. Oh no, no, I'm not the kind of girl. Alright. How y'all doing? Welcome. Well, welcome back to Crystal's Crystal Clear Visions, where y'all know I like to use my visions, tarot, oracle, music, movies, streams, whatever, to get us messages from the Most High, from our angels, from our ancestors, from our guides and loved ones who are here as well as passed over. Y'all know they like to bring us messages of encouragement. They like to help us get past any blockages, and I'm going to keep it a buck sometimes. They like to let us be a little nosy. I want to say thank you so much to everyone for being here. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions to the channel. Shout out to those of you who donate, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, anything and everything you do to encourage and support me and my channel's growth. Know it is greatly appreciated. I thank you so very much, and I ask you to continue to keep that up for me. And should you happen to be new here to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you find this content to be enjoyable. I hope I'm able to tickle your fancy. All I ask in return is if I check out that box for you, is for you to make sure you hit that like button for me, share the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell and all so you are notified when I go live or upload any more videos. And of course, I have to preface these videos by saying that they are for entertainment and educational purposes only. So make sure you are using discernment as you are checking out these readings. I am not liable for the fate that you catch from my interpretation of the illustrations on the cards. Also, these are general messages, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This ain't everybody's story. And last but certainly not least, please do not use this as legal and or medical advice, because I hold no license in any of those areas. So that's setting out the way. Let's get into it. Alright, y'all know I like to do a little meditation before we get started. So go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose out through the mouth. And one more deep breath in and out. All right. So y'all know how we do. We're going to ride all the cards and just see what comes out, what the story is. So what's going to come out? Ooh, we got a sacrifice. Sacrifice. And we got abducted. Ooh, so somebody kidnapped someone to sacrifice them. I know a lot of people be like, oh, that type of stuff isn't real, but it's very much so real. Very much so real. It didn't just appear out of thin air. Yeah. Let me pick all those up off the floor. We got isolated. Don't come over here and mess with me. We got a European-made car or vehicle. We got law of perpetual transmutation of energies. Your thoughts create actions. Stay high vibe. We got leg. We got envy. We got black magic. Money laundering. Murder for hire. And debt. Okay. I feel like off the bat, because y'all know a murder for hire and sacrifice can be like the same thing, right? We do got black magic here as well. Leg makes me think that something was very expensive. Again, we do got murder for hire here. We do got money laundering here. And we do have debt. So somebody could have owed some sort of debt. So that could be why this sacrifice is not working. Or that could have even been why someone did a sacrifice to pay off some sort of debt here. Bottom of the deck energy. We got old age, 65 and older. So somebody could be older. Somebody could be sacrificing older people. Or this could be somebody that is, you know, old. Because y'all know sacrificing, black magic, all this stuff has been around for, you know, a long, long, long time. It's not nothing new. A lot of people are just now hearing about it, but it's been going on for, you know, centuries. Just like, I know a lot of people used to say, you know, I was crazy because I wasn't like, I'm not into scary movies, vampire movies, ghost movies, things like that, because I do believe that those types of things actually still do exist, or existed at some point. I don't believe stuff like that just came up out of thin air. And so, you know, in order to stay old, because I know one of the stories that come to mind is Marie Laveau, right? You know, she was said to be immortal because she made a deal with Papalekba. And so she was well over the age of 65, but she looked like maybe she was 30 years old. Same thing, you know, when you talk about vampires, they usually tend to look young. Get back here. They tend to look, you know, young, but they be like hundreds of thousands of years old. And again, it's because they have been imploring sacrifices, things of that nature. So let's keep going and see what comes out here. I feel like somebody could have tried to tap into that energy. And, you know, if you've been around for ages and centuries, you know, money is no thing for you. All right, we got mad. You still can't find your car keys. So somebody's unable to move forward here We got car keys, so that's going to be significant. We got a European-made car or vehicle is significant. Okay, so somebody can't find their keys to get away from this situation here. All right, we got mad. You're not crazy about your best friend's new partner. So somebody here, it doesn't have to be a partner as far as like a relationship, but they're not, somebody don't like a new person that has been brought into the group. With this isolated energy, somebody wanted to isolate someone. They wanted to get someone. Maybe this new friend wanted to isolate someone away from an old friend. But there was some sort of plan. We do see this murder for hire here. We do see this envy here. There was some sort of jealousy, some sort of plan to get someone out the way is what I'm getting here. Okay, with this money laundering and this debt energy, somebody was trying to get out of debt, possibly. We got scared. Your day keeps asking you to call them the wolf. You don't know why. And we got you're caught in a passive aggressive email chain. Hold on, y'all. My bad. But wasn't going too long anyway. So we got scared. Your day keeps asking you to call them the wolf, right? Wolves usually run in packs. They're not usually isolated. So somebody here is like worried because someone is acting out of the ordinary, right? Someone that they're dating. Because this person is, again, they're considering themselves a wolf, which again, wolves run in packs. So this person is like nervous about this person that they're dating because apparently they're alone, right? We're on a date. It's just them, that person and the other person on the date. But it's like, you keep telling me to call you the wolf. So it's like they're basically telling this person, like, I got a whole team around me. As a matter of fact, I want to say, like, if you see one wolf, it's usually like a setup. So I do feel like that we do got this murder for hire energy here. There definitely is some sort of setup here. So I feel like somebody could have recognized or realized that they were being set up, and it kind of made this person very nervous, very weary here. Again, we already see somebody trying to isolate someone here in order to abduct them or in order to get them alone so that they could sacrifice this person in the state of a murder for hire. So definitely there was some sort of black magic involved. We also have somebody here that's not necessarily standing up for themselves with this passive aggressive email energy here. So it's like somebody was not, somebody was like worried. They weren't really standing up for themselves. They weren't really speaking out, advocating for themselves. They was just allowing things to build up. Somebody allowed for some sort of build up, and they just kind of had that feeling or just knew that something was about to come to a head. So it's kind of like this person, you know, they were nervous, like they knew something was about to go down or is going down. It says, sad, you're about to have a great sneeze, but the feeling went away. So yeah, when you sneeze, there's a sense of like release, like a pressure release. And I just said that somebody was letting something build up, and they thought that something was about to like boil over and come to some sort of resolution, but instead they weren't, you know, the feeling went away. So they didn't get that feeling of satisfaction. So therefore this person, you know, is feeling sad, feeling lost. So let's see what's going on here. Give us more on this situation. I feel like somebody could have definitely, with this money laundering, could have been like, because we got this debt. Someone is in debt. So somebody was trying to use a situation like clean money or something. Again, if you're money laundering, that means that you got the money originally from illegal activities. So there's definitely some sort of illegal activities here. I feel like maybe somebody was like maybe about to free themselves, or about to turn a situation around with this money laundering energy. But instead, this person, they were sacrificed before they had the opportunity, which is why this person is feeling sad. Why that feeling of some sort of pressure release went away, because this person was not able, or even with this murder for hire money laundering situation, it's like, so the money could have been obtained illegally, but once you sacrifice the person who obtained the money, it could have been like flipped. It's given kind of like what do you call it, insurance. So when somebody passes away, right, there's an insurance. If they had life insurance, you can get like a insurance claim, a insurance policy, right? Well, if somebody already had like a bunch of illegal money and someone passed away and now they're getting like insurance money, then that's a form of money laundering, because they're just mixing that illegal money in with that insurance money, or they're using that insurance money to cover up that illegal money that they were making. And then it's like just a repeated cycle, which again is why sacrifices and black magic and things like that are constantly always working, because it's just a cycle. It's a repetitive cycle. And a lot of people, again, they choose to either believe that it doesn't exist, or they turn a blind eye to it. And therefore, the perpetrators always get away with it, or they assume that they get away with it. But with this debt here, I feel like somebody is in some sort of debt. There's some sort of debt that needs to be repaid. Maybe something needs to be balanced out. Okay, a situation. This could have been a sacrifice that's being rejected because it didn't it wasn't a pure sacrifice. And I feel like that with this stay high vibe, this law of perpetual transmutation of energy, I feel like this could have been someone, the person that was sacrificed could have been someone that was, high vibing, or seen as being very high vibing, but maybe this person wasn't. Or again, they sacrificed someone that wasn't supposed to be sacrificed, and so therefore the sacrifice is being rejected. And so now this person that did the sacrifice is in debt. They have to make this situation right here, and it's causing them a lot of money here. This person is with this leg here. Yeah, it's making me think of an arm and a leg. So it's like this person is having to pay a lot. But I also feel like somebody is unable to move forward as well, because we got somebody here that can't find their car keys to their European made car. So they can't move their car. They can't use their car, and they may be having issues with their legs, so they're unable to move their legs. We got poverty here. So somebody could be in poverty, or somebody's coming out of poverty. Or this was some sort of come up to get someone out of poverty. Again, because we had somebody that was in debt. We got a child, so this is some sort of new beginning. Yeah, somebody was, this sacrifice was meant to be a new beginning. It was meant to help somebody, again, like I said, get out of poverty with this money laundering here. With this murder for hire, like this is a lot of money that went behind this sacrifice. It was meant to be a new beginning for someone, but again, I feel like this was rejected because the person that they sacrificed either wasn't a good sacrifice, like this person wasn't pure, And so, you know, because like I said, when I'm thinking about when it comes to sacrifices in the old age, again, Marie Laveau comes to mind. And one of the things that she had to do in order to keep her eternal status was that she would have to bring Papa Legba a newborn baby, a new soul, a fresh soul, a pure, innocent soul. It's like somebody here decided to do a sacrifice, but they didn't sacrifice an innocent soul. Right, so it's like that's why it was rejected, and that is why this person, I feel like whoever this person is like they're getting caught up because they're unable to move, they're unable to get out of this situation. They're unable to make a different choice. We got a message here, so there's some sort of information. Yeah, somebody's in despair because again, I feel like, you know, something didn't fall through as far as this message, this information. We also, I feel like there could be like some sort of email that got somebody caught up. So if there was some sort of murder for hire, somebody had a paper trail. Now they in despair because of this paper trail. And then I say journey, like somebody wants to move on, but they're unable to move on. They don't have a ticket to get on a train. They don't have the keys to get into their European made car. I feel like somebody thought that they would be able to, again, have a clear slate. They'd be able to move freely once they got rid of this person, but it's backfiring on them because they, again, sacrificed somebody that was not pure, or just, you know, it wasn't a, they weren't supposed to make that sacrifice here. We got marriage here. So marriage is, to me, because there's nothing about a relationship out here, it looks more like a contract, although there is a situation here with the date. So it's like somebody could have been on a date, or could have been leaving a date, or, you know, just being, you know, with the opposite sex, or it could even been the same sex. I don't know. I don't get any people business like that. But marriage, to me, it seems like there was some sort of contract here. But the contract, that's why somebody's in despair, because the contract is null and void, right? Black magic can be a form of a contract. It's like conjuring up those entities to help you on a spiritual level, right? That's what the sacrifice was for, to feed off that energy. But because they did not sacrifice, you know, they didn't do their research on the person that they sacrificed, it's null and void. It's not working out. So the contract is not panning out the way they expected. What's the T? All right. We got want you back. So it's like somebody here is reminiscing. I feel like somebody is feeling like they not necessarily want someone back, but they do want to kind of like go back to before they made this decision to sacrifice someone. I feel like, you know, this person recognizes, one, that they made a mistake, you know, that whoever they sacrificed, they needed this person. This person kept them on the path. Um, this person was keep helping them to get to the next level, helping them to come out of poverty. They didn't realize that by betraying this person, again, it's taking them back to where they thought that they was gonna come from sacrificing this person. So it's kind of like this person feels like it was they lost. Like there was no winning in this situation here, because they're still back at square one, which is in poverty. They're still like unable to like relax. They're not stress free. They're trying to figure out, like, again, how to move this money. Or again, they in debt. They don't even have any money because, again, they're back in poverty here. We got travel here. So again, somebody definitely thought that there was going to be some sort of new beginning. Whoever this person was, they thought that they was going to be able to travel here. It was like they were blocked. There was some sort of information, letter, email, some sort of communication that came in that blocked this person from being able to continue on the journey that they thought that they were going to be on here. Somebody thought that they were going to try and block out the sun, or block out some sort of information coming to light. And that's not this situation didn't keep that from happening here. We got fishing for comments here. So somebody definitely was trying to they was trying to create a particular outcome, and it just is not coming out the way they was trying to create it. They was trying to bait a situation here. And again, it's just not playing out the way that they intended for it to play out. I feel like with this fishing for comments, like this is definitely a situation where somebody tried to get somebody to act out of character. Again, we got this passive aggressive email chain, but it's like this person did not act out of character. This person they actually kind of backed down. Like they didn't react the way this individual, again, things that didn't pan out the way this person plotted and planned for it to play out. Yes, they may have isolated this person. Yes, they may have, you know, sacrificed this person, okay, with this murder for hire energy. But again, they're back at square one. Like it didn't net the results that they were hoping to get here. They didn't block out this information from coming in. They didn't, hide what it was that they did. Right? It didn't bring them out of debt. As if anything, it brought them further into debt. Yeah, because this person took a dirty offer. It was like, again, this sacrifice, whoever this person is that sacrificed this individual, um, again, they paid for like this murder for hire. Like it was a dirty offer. It was never it was like they was tricked again. um I have to bring it back to Marie Laveau and Papa Legba. Like Papa Legba, and I'm actually going from like what I've seen in American Horror Story. But if you've seen like when he was talking to the lady, the witch that wanted to get him to, give her immortality like Marie Laveau had. It was like he was trying to bargain with her, but he ended up not being able to make a deal with her because he was like, she ain't have no soul. So, again, somebody tried to sacrifice a person that didn't have a soul. And so it was kind of like, not necessarily that they was tricked, but, Papa Legba is said to be a trickster spirit. So it was like this person, even though they had everything legit set up, they did the ritual in a particular way. And I ain't gonna hold y'all. I already feel like I kind of know like what this situation is, or who this is pertaining to. Is somebody that's in the news right now. And he, is on trial, right? Or indicted. I think he been indicted. I know he was arrested and he is being held on bond. It was $2 million, and now I think it went down to like 750. So if you know what I'm talking about, if you know that much of the details, then you know that that's how I'm feeling like this situation is pertaining to. Um, but the reason why this person is getting caught up is because, again, they sacrificed somebody. They fell for a trick, and they sacrificed somebody that was not meant to be sacrificed, or somebody that was not pure. Okay. A lot of people be like, oh, it's just street. They was getting back because it was a street type situation. But the day that this situation took place was on 11/11, and 11/11 is a portal. It's a very strong portal day, especially if you're doing any type of magic. It don't even have to be black magic, but especially if you're doing like rituals like that. That's why I feel like it definitely was a sacrifice, right? This murder for hire, because they, again, like I was saying, if this person had some sort of insurance policy, or there was some sort of money that went behind this, like this was supposed to clean the money. This was supposed to be like, this person's passing was supposed to be um a distraction to clean the money, or a distraction as to, this person getting a large sum of money, right? um and it wouldn't have been, it was supposed to, look as though, you know, there was no eyes being batted, like nothing went down or whatever. But in all actuality, it didn't play out like that, because again, they sacrificed someone, they took down someone that I don't want to say this person didn't have any wealth, but spiritually, they didn't have a soul themselves. Maybe this person had already sold their soul, right? This person had already, you know, depleted their soul. So it's kind of like, you know, you did this sacrifice, but for what? Because this person didn't have a soul. So again, contract null and void, contract denied. Nah. And now this person is, you know, in despair because they're having to pay for this. They're, you know, they thought that this sacrifice was going to go unnoticed. We got moving here, bottom of the deck. So somebody definitely could be trying to move now, trying to run away now that this, yeah, because we see this journey here. Like somebody was trying to run away now that they made this or took part in this dirty offer, but it's not. They can't. They don't got nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. All right, because wherever they go, they won't be at peace. This person is no longer able to be at peace. Look at that. We got the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is all about healing. The Four of Swords is about relaxing after being in battle. It's also a card on a regular Four of Swords card. It speaks about when a soldier comes back from battle, and it's kind of like a ritual. The ritual would be that they would come back after battle and lay on top of like coffins, and that would be symbolic for the fact that they made it back, and it would be paying homage to the people who did not make it, right? So this person thought that they was going to be able to rest and, you know, being able to heal and pay homage to the fact that they were alive. It's kind of like, you know, they made it out and the other person didn't. Um, but again, it's null and void here. So again, more confirmation of this sacrifice energy here. It just ain't working out how this person expected for it to work out. It's not paying off how they expected for it to pay off. Yeah, we got the Empress here. We got the Ace of Wands. And we got the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is someone very intuitive. It's heavy psychic energy. The Empress, also heavy psychic energy. Both of these people, somebody in this situation could wear their hair in braids or could just have long hair. Two braids, one braid, a braided ponytail. Braids are going to be significant. Heavy feminine energy. Maybe this person could be, because feminine energy is more like creative. It's more fluid. It's not necessarily like straight and narrow. That's how masculine energy is. It's like very logical, mind like, right? But feminine energy is more of feeling, again, creativity, is coming up with different ideas. Remember, there's somebody here that in order to sacrifice this person, they needed to isolate this person. They also needed to make this person look as if they were, you know, acting out of character, or they needed to take this person out of the environment. So they had to come up with some sort of plot or plan in order to do this. And again, that goes more with this murder for hire here. But they needed to like plot and plan out this situation in order to get this new beginning that they were trying to get here with this Ace of Wands energy. In order to, it was like some, because the Wands is all about passionate, creative energy, remember? So it's a lot of creative energy out here on the board. Somebody wanted to basically steal someone's creativity, or slow down somebody's creativity, or even take someone's creativity for themselves. I mean, that is why people do sacrifices, because they want to harvest that person's energy. They want to be able to step into that person's power. They want to be able to step into that person's productivity and reap the rewards or reap what this person had for themselves. But like I said, whoever this person is that did this murder for hire situation, they're back at square one. Like they didn't get this person's energy like they were hoping. Maybe because this person, I keep saying that they weren't, maybe they didn't have a soul, but maybe this person did have a soul. Maybe they were just highly spiritually protected. um but either way, whoever they tried to sacrifice this person to, that deity or that energy rejected this person. And therefore, now this person who did the sacrifice, like they got to pay. The debt has to be, the wrong has to be righted. Yeah, somebody here, 9 of Swords, in despair. They can't sleep. They're, again, this person thought that they was going to be able to be at rest. They thought that it was going to be peace after this. But now this person is being haunted. This person is unable to move. This person doesn't know what to do next. This person isn't getting any rest. This person, I just heard there's no rest for the weary. It's like this person, life isn't going the way that they had hoped it was going to go. And it's like they're stuck. They can't escape it. Mentally, they can't escape what has been done. Um, they tried to like block the truth from coming out. But all they did was make the situation on themselves worse. Whoever this person is that did this sacrifice. Yeah, we got the star energy here. This person needs some sort of healing. And we got the Fool. Because this person took some sort of leap of faith here. Again, they thought that they were going to have some sort of new beginning. This person thought that they were wise. This person definitely was very unbalanced. Yes, this person is very smart. They was very knowledgeable, but this person, again, they didn't know everything. This is somebody who definitely could have been doing some sort of dealings. Again, they're doing black magic, so they were definitely dealing with, people that could tell them, like, could read the energy. This person definitely could have been dealing with like a psychic energy, or somebody that could have even told them like this isn't gonna go the way that they expected, or this psychic could have told them like how the situation was going to play out. But y'all know how energy is, it can always change. So even being like a psychic, even being like me here reading these cards, like I can tell you the story that I'm seeing, but anything can change. Right now, I feel like I'm reading more of past energy, because I feel like with this abducted energy, like somebody was supposed to abduct someone, like they were supposed to kidnap someone, and maybe torture this person. But that's not, like, it didn't go that way. So there was like a a change in plans. There was like a decision, a split-second decision that was made, and it changed the whole trajectory of how things were supposed to play out, which is why this person was trying to like get out of the way. That's what I feel like is moving energy, not necessarily run away, but they was trying to like get out of the way so that they wouldn't be like a target or a suspect. But again, it's not. There was so many, I feel like, loose strings, things that weren't covered. And that's why, again, this is coming to light here. Yeah, we got the 8 of Wands here. 8 of Wands is, again, it could be black magic, but it's like, see how this person, he got like this knowledge here, right? He's conjuring up some sort of storm here, but it's almost like he can't really, like he's going towards the storm, but he couldn't really control the storm. And that's what this person thought that they was going to be able to do, control the storm. Yeah, look, 9 of Swords coming out here again. Because this person couldn't control the storm, or now the storm that they created has got so big and out of hand, like this person, they're left with nothing but to be able to tuck their head between their legs and kind of take what's coming at them. Yeah, tower. They didn't expect this tower moment. They didn't expect, and the tower is one of those things that's totally unexpected. Is you don't see it coming. Like there's, it's you don't see it coming. You can't prepare. You can't predict it. And this person heavily relied on feeling like they would be able to predict the outcome, because to this person it was a tried and true plan that maybe they didn't recognize or realize that, everything one has to be balanced. And with the energy being able to change, with it not necessarily having to be a constant situation, they didn't expect for, they thought that it was going, play out the way it usually would play out, but that's not how it played out here. So now again, this person is in agony, 9 of Swords, because of this tower. Okay. Um, because they use their knowledge in a negative way, but they didn't tie up all the loose strings, all the loose ends here. And right when you start committing crimes, murder for hire, sacrificing people, again, you don't necessarily need a group of people, but you do. They tend to have, you doing rituals and things like that. And murder for hire, that means it's at least 2 people. So now you got, what you call them, co-conspirators. So if you're gonna commit a crime, it's best to do it by yourself so that you don't have that worry of somebody telling on you. Because I feel like that's what is really ultimately got this person caught up, is somebody is told on them, told about, what they did, told about them paying for the situation. Um, Somebody had, too many people, too many hands in the pot. And that's ultimately their downfall. But that's what I got, y'all. I hope it brought you some truth, some peace, and some clarity. Or if nothing else, I hope you were thoroughly entertained. As always, I'm appreciative of you for spending time with me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell and all so you're notified next time I go live or upload any more videos. And until the next one, I am out. Deuces. Bye.